Hey, what's up, y'all? Jay here. About to do a quick review. Over the last couple of weeks, actually a few weeks, I've watched four comedy specials, and I wanted to do them all at once. One of them was a surprise; I didn't even know it was going to be coming out, so it just kind of worked out this way, right? And I kind of want to talk about just stand-up comedy right now in general, mainly because of this, right? So let's get off into it. So the very first comedy special that I watched out of this little quartet of specials was Kevin Hart's Acting My Age. Obviously came out November 24th, around Thanksgiving. Um, so I there was a few parts in this that were cool. And Kevin Hart is Kevin Hart. He is, one of the comedy greats. Here's the thing. It's really stale. Like, he doesn't take any risk with his comedy. I'm not saying he has to be controversial or political or do all these things, but it's just super safe. There's no, he's not going to, they're just nothing. It's just like, okay, this is kind of funny, but you can only do the same shtick or, but so many times without, reinventing things. Acting Your Age, I believe there was like two comedy specials before that. It was something about growing up or something. It's like, all right, man, like, you're about 46 years old. You should probably be at that point by now, And I'll give him, it was a good effort, but to me, the special was like a B minus or a C plus. It was in that range to me. A couple little funny parts, but he hasn't been able to capture what he used to have. You know what I mean? I won't say I was let down. I'll say it was what I expected, maybe just slightly funnier because I wasn't really expecting to I wasn't expecting a lot, to be perfectly honest with you. So maybe it's a step in the right direction. He's not doing things on, because he was doing all of his specials on Peacock and stuff for a while. Maybe this is, no, who knows? It seems like Kevin Hart has kind of cooled down over the last couple of years. Maybe that's purposefully for family reasons, maybe, business wise, who knows? But I think that overexposure kind of hurt too, especially with his brand of comedy, but yeah, that was my thought on Kevin Hart's Acting My Age. I wasn't overly enthused with it. So the next special I watched was Matt Rife unwrapping a Christmas crowd work special. Unwrapped a Christmas crowd work special, whatever. So Matt Rife, obviously he's blown up over the last few years. And like, crowd work is his expertise, right? That's his main thing, from wilding out and all that stuff, that is his main thing. That's his go-to, which is fine. There's a lot of comedians that have crowd work as their special move or their mainstay. Here's the problem I'm having with Matt Rife. I kind of noticed this, and I think it was called Lucid Dreams or something like that, his previous one. But this one, I get what he's doing, but it seems too staged to me. To me, it's not necessarily crowd work if the crowd is kind of placed there, or I don't know if they cut a lot of stuff together from different shows, which that happens a lot, right? That does happen a lot with certain, things, especially he's wearing the same attire, things like that. He might have did a show multiple shows at that venue, then they cut it up. That would make sense. But it makes it look as if all these people that are just, are placed there in this way. And it kind of took me out of the special a little bit, because I think he's funnier doing that when it's authentic, when he's really just going off the top of the head. But I guess he was trying to make a point with the special and everything, and, as far as holidays and religions and things of that nature. And it was cool. I think he has a bright future ahead of him for sure, because I think he's only like 27, 28, something like that. So he definitely has, a good future ahead of him. And, I look forward to seeing more that he does. I thought it was okay. I put this around the same as the Kevin Hart goal. Probably a little bit more enjoyable than the Kevin Hart because of the crowd work, right? So, like I said, I'll say a B minus. I think a B minus, or B. I'll give it a B. I thought it was cool. But I would like to see him a little bit more authentic. And he needs to work on his writing and blending the two together. That's just me as a consumer. You know what I'm saying? So, all right. So the next comedy special that I watched, this person has over the last few years been, I mean, he's on a tear right now. Or he has been. And, you know, Mr. Ali Saddiq had a new special called Mondays, which I liked. You know what I mean? So here's the thing about Ali. Very funny. You know what I mean? Hilarious, especially when he's telling certain stories, right? Because he tells stories about his past and, you know, things, you know, overcoming certain aspects of his past or whatnot with jail and things like that, right? So now, as he's become more successful, he tends to lean away from that more, and that's a good thing, you know. So it makes him not a one-trick pony. But this one missed the target to me a little bit. It was still good. I'm gonna give it a B because he's entertaining and he just knows how to, you know, he's good at certain things. He tells 4 different stories and they all start on a Monday, you know. So, but some of his other stuff, like the domino effects, like those are in the A range to me with him. And then, you know, he got other little jokes like, you know, Mitchell and Mexican got on boots and stuff like that. Those are top tier from him to me. His previous one, Two Sons, was really, really good. I like that. That was very funny. This was a notch below that, unfortunately, to me. Like I said, a lot of those are, domino effects are all in the A category. Two Sons, it's like a B plus to me. This was just a B. You know, it was cool. It was all right, but it was missing something, a little bit of a bite to it, you know, which, I mean, it happens. You know, he does a lot of stuff, a lot of specials yearly, or drops them all on YouTube and things. So, but yeah, that's what I felt about this one. Wasn't bad whatsoever. It just, you know, was missing a little bit. And the last one, and I should have put, I know there's one that says this is called, you know, Unstoppable. I just thought this picture is so dope without the title and stuff. I just went with this, right? So, but yeah, so Dave Chappelle's special came on after the Jake Paul fight, or ass whooping, shall I say. And it was a surprise. And the crazy thing about this is he shot this for, as he said, on the Wednesday before the fight. You know what I mean? Which is, you know, whatever. That's crazy to do that and get everything in line like that. But it's Dave. This was an A to me. He killed this as usual. And that's what I was saying earlier about Kevin versus him. Now, I don't think Kevin needs to go this route, but Dave will speak on anything, right or wrong. He's right or wrong. Anybody else, you know. And in this age that we're living in, with everything just, you know, everybody claiming they want to have dialogue and they really don't. People just want to speak inside of an echo chamber most of the time. It's really good when Dave comes out with this and he is saying things, and some may view it as right, some may view it as wrong. You know, it just really depends on, you know, how topical it is and how it affects you. And I like that. You know, I don't have a problem being offended. You know, that's what the great parts of dialogue is, you know. But I thought this was really, really good. How he tied so many things together. It was great to me. Really liked it. This is definitely A. Not gonna give it an A plus. Not gonna give it an A plus. But it's right there. It definitely was an A to me. As far as, you know, just in general, I thought it was very well put together. So those were the 4 I watched. And like I said, pretty much from top to bottom, it goes, you know, Dave Chappelle, Matt Rife, Ali Saddiq, and Kevin Hart. And I think that, you know, I said my critiques on each of them. The biggest critique I had was for Kevin Hart. He just needs to find a new angle, because I feel like he's getting, you know, he's gonna get pushed to the back. But, you know, he's made enough money. He can always go back to acting, and I mean, he probably still does sad stuff lined up. I think Matt Rife has a really good future. He just, you know, just don't make it seem so obvious. Ali Saddiq, he's on his trajectory. I would like to see him do some acting. I think with his comedy and the tonality of it, I think he would be good with that. And Dave is Dave, man. Keep doing what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Because, man, that made a perfect Friday night. See Jake Paul get dropped, and then you get Dave Chappelle, can't lose. But hey, I'm Jay, I'm out. Thanks for watching. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate you.